North Korea, officially known as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Very busy year for North Korea as well. Kim Jong-un's regime spent it by firing more missiles, suggests a disturbing
Have
new
significant implications for regional stability and international relations. Nuclear ambitions and global concerns. North Korea's nuclear ambitions have long been a focal point of international concern, significantly impacting global peace and security. The nation's persistent development and testing of nuclear weapons, coupled with advancements in missile technology, have heightened tensions worldwide. Despite facing stringent international sanctions, North Korea continues to prioritize its nuclear program, viewing it as essential for regime survival and deterrence. This unwavering commitment not only challenges non-proliferation efforts, but also destabilizes regional security dynamics, particularly in Northeast Asia. The international community remains vigilant, as North Korea's actions necessitate ongoing diplomatic engagement and strategic responses to mitigate potential threats to global stability. Regional stability in Northeast Asia. The Korean Peninsula stands as one of the most heavily militarized zones globally, with North Korea's persistent military posturing and nuclear advancements contributing to a highly volatile environment. Neighboring nations, particularly South Korea and Japan, remain on high alert, prompting increased defense expenditures and the strengthening of military alliances. For instance, Japan's recent decision to enhance its defense capabilities is a direct response to the perceived threats from North Korea and China. This militarization has led to a complex security dynamic in the region, where actions by one state often trigger reactive measures by others, creating a cycle of tension and countermeasures. The United States, maintaining a significant military presence in both South Korea and Japan, plays a crucial role in regional security. However, the evolving threats necessitate continuous adaptation and coordination among these allies to effectively address the challenges posed by North Korea's actions. The intricate web of alliances and military strategies underscores the delicate balance required to maintain stability in Northeast Asia amidst ongoing provocations. Alliances with global powers. North Korea's strategic partnerships, notably with China and Russia, add layers to its influence on global peace. These relationships provide Pyongyang with economic and political support, enabling it to withstand international pressures. Such alliances also challenge the unity of global responses to North Korea's actions, as seen in varied stances within the United Nations Security Council. China, as North Korea's largest trading partner, has historically acted as a buffer against harsher international sanctions, prioritizing regional stability over punitive measures. Russia's engagement, including reported military collaborations, further complicates the geopolitical landscape, making a cohesive international strategy towards North Korea more challenging to achieve. Human rights and international criticism. Beyond military and political dimensions, North Korea's actions have significant humanitarian implications. The regime's allocation of resources towards military development often comes at the expense of its populace, leading to chronic food shortages and economic hardships. International aid organizations face stringent restrictions, limiting their ability to provide assistance. Moreover, the government's isolationist policies and control over information hinder transparency, making it difficult to assess and address the full scope of humanitarian needs. This dire situation not only affects the well-being of millions, but also poses ethical dilemmas for the international community in balancing sanctions with humanitarian aid. Economic sanctions and their efficacy. In response to North Korea's persistent nuclear tests and human rights violations, the international community has imposed a series of economic sanctions aimed at pressuring the regime into compliance. These sanctions target various sectors, including trade, finance, and energy resources, intending to cripple the nation's economy and force policy changes. However, the effectiveness of these measures is debatable. While sanctions have undoubtedly strained North Korea's economy, the regime has developed strategies to circumvent them, such as engaging in illicit trade and leveraging its alliances with countries like China and Russia. Moreover, the humanitarian impact on the civilian population raises ethical concerns, as ordinary citizens often bear the brunt of economic hardships resulting from these sanctions. The resilience of the regime, coupled with its ability to adapt to economic pressures, challenges the notion that sanctions alone can bring about significant policy shifts. Cyber activities and global security. In the digital age, North Korea has expanded its tactics to include cyber warfare, emerging as a formidable player in this domain. The regime has been linked to several high-profile cyber attacks, targeting financial institutions, infrastructure, and even entertainment industries worldwide. These cyber operations serve multiple purposes: generating revenue through illicit means, gathering intelligence, and demonstrating technological prowess. The global nature of cyberspace means that North Korea's cyber activities have far-reaching implications, challenging international norms and prompting nations to rethink cybersecurity strategies. Involvement in international conflicts. North Korea's active participation in international conflicts, notably through the deployment of troops to support Russia in its war against Ukraine, marks a significant shift in Pyongyang's foreign policy. Reports indicate that North Korea has dispatched thousands of soldiers to assist Russian forces, with estimates suggesting over 10,000 troops involved. These troops have been engaged in combat, particularly in the Kursk region, where they have gained battlefield experience despite initial heavy losses. The presence of North Korean soldiers in Ukraine not only strengthens the military alliance between Pyongyang and Moscow, but also raises concerns about the proliferation of military expertise and equipment to volatile regions. This involvement challenges global peace efforts and complicates the geopolitical landscape as North Korea extends its influence beyond the Korean peninsula. Furthermore, the participation of North Korean troops in such conflicts provides them with combat experience, potentially enhancing Pyongyang's military capabilities. This development underscores the need for the international community to address the implications of North Korea's expanding military engagements on global stability. Diplomatic engagements and isolation. North Korea's diplomatic interactions have been marked by a pattern of engagement followed by withdrawal, contributing to its international isolation. A notable example is the six-party talks, initiated in August 2003, involving North Korea, South Korea, China, Japan, Russia, and the United States, aiming to address security concerns arising from North Korea's nuclear weapons program. Despite initial progress, including a 2005 agreement where Pyongyang committed to abandoning its nuclear ambitions, North Korea's subsequent actions, such as missile tests and nuclear developments, led to the talks' collapse. In February 2005, North Korea declared possession of nuclear weapons and withdrew from the negotiations, citing US hostility. This cyclical pattern of tentative engagement, followed by abrupt disengagement, has fostered skepticism about Pyongyang's commitment to peaceful resolutions, reinforcing its diplomatic isolation. Impact on global non-proliferation efforts. North Korea's persistent development of its nuclear weapons program poses a significant challenge to global non-proliferation initiatives. By conducting nuclear tests and advancing ballistic missile capabilities, Pyongyang directly contravenes the objectives of the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, which aims to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and promote disarmament. Notably, North Korea withdrew from the NPT in 2003 and conducted its first nuclear test in 2006, setting a concerning precedent for other nations. This defiance undermines the integrity of the global non-proliferation regime and may embolden other countries to pursue similar nuclear ambitions, thereby increasing the risk of a new arms race. Furthermore, North Korea's nuclear developments have prompted neighboring countries, such as South Korea and Japan, to reconsider their security strategies, including discussions about developing their own nuclear capabilities. Future outlook and international response. Addressing North Korea's multifaceted impact on global peace requires a nuanced and coordinated international strategy. The United States has expressed alarm over Russia's potential acceptance of a nuclear-armed North Korea, highlighting the complexities of global alliances. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield warned that Russia might obstruct sanctions and resolutions against North Korea, complicating diplomatic efforts. Additionally, North Korea's recent missile launches, including hypersonic tests, have escalated regional tensions, prompting neighboring countries to reassess their security strategies. Balancing sanctions with humanitarian aid, deterring military provocations while encouraging diplomatic engagement, and managing the broader implications of North Korea's alliances remain critical. As the geopolitical landscape evolves, Pyongyang's actions will continue to influence global peace and security dynamics. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.